A good artist knows prepping the surface is key to a good painting. Well, that same concept is true when it comes to applying your makeup. In today's Style File, how to properly prep your skin for a smoother look. Studio 5 style and beauty contributor Megan Moore is joining me. Great to see you.
Thank you.
You say this is a process, but it's well worth it when you see the finished product.
Right, it really is. We're gonna put more work up front, but then our results on the back end will be better and actually go on faster. So it may feel like extras, but it's really not.
And the artistic analogy just makes sense, right? A smooth canvas is the goal.
I think so. I brought a canvas because I thought the visual was really great.
You painted.
This is not normally what I talk about on this show, but do you paint? Have you ever painted?
I mean, with my kids.
So on the back of the canvas, this is raw canvas. If you can see, it's super textured.
Right.
It has a lot of discoloration. But on the front of the canvas, they've treated it. They've prepped it, primed it, they sand it, and they put this stuff on called gesso, which is essentially like a primer, so that the paint goes on smooth, it blends. The opposite effect, let me flip this around, is this. Can you see how splotchy and uneven and it soaks in? So this is what it would look like raw versus what it's like here. So,
what a good little demonstration there. Okay, that's
something.
This is what we want our skin to look like ultimately. Maybe minus the rainbow streaks, or maybe not, depending on the mood that you're in.
I mean, Megan does rainbows.
We love when Megan does rainbows. So the first step is to sand the canvas. How do we do that with our face?
So we want to do some great exfoliation to do that. So there's two things to do here. One is like a chemical exfoliation, and I like a chemical exfoliation that's very mild that we can do a couple times a week. I brought one of my favorites here. It's by Pixie, and it's called their Peel and Polish. So it uses fruit enzymes, which kind of eat that dead surface layer of skin. So you get a really nice finish on that one. It has a little bit of polishers in it, and then the chemical enzymes. So that's a really great one, 2 times a week.
Okay.
Then we talked about this many times on the show, but it just keeps coming back because it just works so great, and that is doing a facial razor. So we got to get rid of that peach fuzz because makeup just sticks to it. It's just like a dead giveaway. So peach fuzz, kind of a little shaving around mostly the perimeter of your face, kind of underneath where your sideburns would be. That outer cheeks is where I see the most peach fuzz. I also really like to do it around my hairline because I get blonde right before my actual hair starts, and then my foundation sticks to it. So it just doesn't look good.
And no matter how much we talk about it, I guarantee there are women right now saying, what? You shave your face? And if you're the gal out there saying, I don't have peach fuzz, you're probably the gal that needs to shave your face.
Yeah, if you're looking in a mirror right in front of a window, so some really great natural light, you'll see it. So if you just probably haven't ever been in that situation, but you'll see it. And then makeup sticks to it.
And this is something, it's a game changer,
it really
right?
is.
When I do it the next day, I can feel the difference. I can see the difference in my foundation application.
Absolutely.
All right, what's the next step?
Okay, so then we're gonna hydrate the canvas. So when they stretch a canvas, they have to get it wet to stretch it, and that pulls the texture out. It's the same thing here. We really need to hydrate the skin. So beyond your moisturizer, beyond your sunscreen, I like something that's going to give a little bit of dewiness, glossiness to the skin. This is Glossier, and it's called their Future Dew. It's a really beautiful dewy finish, but it's kind of tacky. It's kind of weird. So it makes your makeup have something to stick to. So I really, really like that one, and you'll notice that I pressed that on. I didn't rub it in, I pressed it because it's so thick and sticky. You have to kind of push it into the pores.
That's a technique that professional makeup artists, when I have the privilege of working with them, do all the time, the press as opposed to the rub.
Yep, and we're gonna keep that theme going.
Okay.
You'll notice it on all of these steps. So I love that one. And then the next part is kind of spackling the canvas.
I hate that word.
I know, but it's a really great visual. You can think of spackle, it fills in the texture, and the same thing. So that's what the gesso does on the canvas. It fills in all of the pores of the canvas.
Okay.
I have tried every single pore filling primer in the world, and this is my favorite by far. And you can see here, again, I have to press it in because it's thick. Look at the before and after.
Oh, wow.
Instantly, my pores look smaller, my face is mattified.
Wow.
So it fills that in. This one is by Tarte. It's their Timeless primer, not cheap. It's like in a putty, and again, really thick. So you got to scoop it out and press it in, but it's really going to even out the surface of your skin.
Am I using this every day?
Yep, I put this on, so I do it in this order that I just mentioned. So the Future Dew first, and then I'm going to mattify the areas that I don't want to look like shiny, because I don't want to look sweaty or greasy.
Right.
So I'm going to mattify mostly through the middle of my face, right through my middle of my forehead, and then on the either side of my cheeks is where my pores are the biggest. So those are the two for kind of evening it out.
All right, we've smoothed the canvas, we've hydrated the canvas, we've spackled the canvas, and now what do we do for the actual application?
Okay, so we're gonna switch our brush technique to the pressing technique that we've already been talking about. So I love a foundation brush that is designed for that, and they're going to be bristles that are really dense. So they're still soft and they feel good, but they don't sway a lot, right? They're really compact, and we're gonna stamp our foundation on versus kind of buffing it in. I used to be a big buffer, you know?
Yeah,
like
rub.
Yeah, and kind of swirls and all the stuff. But now you can see in the video, I'm really stamping. I'm using those bristles to push the product into the pores. And I just realized that as my skin texture has changed as I've gotten older, this technique just works better for me.
Okay.
So pressing, and same with the concealer brush instead of kind of pulling or tugging or swirling.
What's the brush you're using?
This is the Pinnacle Foundation brush. It's really great. It's by Anissa, and it's a great set. It's expensive, but totally worth it.
Okay, and this little guy, what does he do?
So lastly, to finish it all off, we're gonna press our setting powder in. So again, I used to buff it on with a big brush, and now I've realized that if I push it in with like a powder puff like this, these ones are velvet filling. They feel really nice.
Ooh.
And I pack a lot on there. You can really see a lot. I just push it all on, and then I kind of let it set for a few minutes, kind of soaks up everything, and then I'll brush away the extra. But again, it's the pressing that makes the difference for the texture of the skin.
Those are cool.
Aren't they cool? And these are really affordable. You can get a bunch of them, you know, a 12-pack on Amazon. They're awesome.
New products, definitely new techniques to try if you want that smooth canvas, which we do. Megan, you're so great. That analogy really was fabulous. So thanks so much for bringing it down on our level, what you do all the time on your Instagram, your website. Where can we follow along?
Come find me on Instagram at BeautySnoop or thebeautysnoop.com.
Honestly, it's the best education. You just, and you have fun at the same time. We talked about the rainbows and just the color. Megan's so good about inspiring you to do it right, but to have fun while you do. Thanks so much.
Thanks.